Hi, I'm Walkster 1970 and I'm going to be replacing these two bearings here. I'm going to be leaving this one. That one's good shape, and this one's hard to find. This is like $100 bearing. These are less expensive. I just want to get this thing put back together and get overdrive working again. So I don't want to put a lot of money into it. Let's get started. First thing I want to do is get these location pins out of here. I've got the one removed already here. That needs to be cleaned up. I'm going to set that off to the side, and then I'm going to go and take this one out. And to take this out, this is the way I did it on the other one, was I took this piece from the slide hammer and bearing puller set. This is a piece that hooks on, that goes into the bearing, and then the slide hammer connects onto this. But all I'm going to do is slide this down into here. Turn it around. Slide this into there. So this one's not as tight. I'm going to tighten it down into place. I'm doing this so that I have more room, or it's easier to clean the gasket or the RTV seal off here, because then I can just take a flat edge across it instead of having to work around that. So now that I've got that installed in there, hopefully it stays in place. I'm gonna put it over the edge like so. Take my hammer, punch, so I can drive this out. Definitely gonna need a smaller punch. This one will fit in there. So I'm gonna be using this one to drive it out. That one wasn't as tight as what the other one was. I'm going to loosen this back up. To the side, I'll have to clean them up then. And what I'm going to do is get the slide hammer. Might be able to do the same thing with these. Put the end in here, and then I'll have to bring the one out through this way. And the other one's got to go out through this way. I'll just try with a slide hammer once to see what happens. This is the adapter, or the bearing puller I'm going to be installing in here. Oh, actually, that's too small. Get the next one. This one. Using that, and I think that just barely fits in there. There's one. Get that out of there. It wasn't supposed to get stuck in there. And then I'm going to be pulling this bearing out. go. There's that one out. Now that I've got those bearings out, this one here excuse me, is no longer available as an OEM. I was able to track this bearing down, but like I said, it's like $100, and this one's still good. So I'm just gonna put that back in. I'm gonna clean up everything here. I'm gonna go and put this in the parts cleaner, clean this up some, get this residue out of here, and then clean up this side a little bit, and then I'll be back. I've got this up to about 130 degrees Fahrenheit. The case amp, these bearings are at about 35. Been in the freezer for a while. Hopefully they'll just slide right in. Yep, that one slid right in. This case half. Put the writing side out. Yep, that one slid in also. That went in pretty easy. Impressive. I gotta clean this up some yet. See, I got this side cleaned out. I got the case cleaned on this side. I gotta clean this up yet. And I gotta clean this up. Let me see if I can clean this up a little bit. I'm going to be removing this guide pin. I'm just lightly clamping on this. And it's not turning. Yes, it is turning. There we go. Put this with the other ones. Now, cover these up. Okay, that came out pretty good. Get a little bit of this acetone and clean that up. That should do it for cleaning that up. Well, that'll do it for installing these replacement bearings into the right case half of the 1984 Honda Shadow VT500C. In my next video, I'm going to be reinstalling, see if I find it, this oil pump back into the other case half, and and taking a look at it, make sure it's okay, it's not worn inside. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, subscribe, and stay safe. Thanks for watching.